Hey, this is Rosa RCG Creations. How you doing? I'm bringing to you a different type of card. This is 5x7. I went ahead and got some, actually this, I was gifted a set of these art cards and envelopes, card bases. So what I did here is I used my double-sided adhesive, laid it on here, and then I put some Deco Foil. And then I got my little circles. I'll put a link in there of the my review of the circle scissors. And I went ahead and because I made a whole bunch of them, I made this into the card. And this is the clip art. I'm also going to put a link to that too, where I showed you how if you don't have much craft supplies, that's okay because you can download on your cardstock and put it through your printer, words and messages and clip art. What I did here is I did a whole bunch of these. I printed them because I print them in color, and then I just cut them out in different shapes. And I had this set of dies, then I had this little rectangle one, and then here's some smaller ones, and then I downloaded these messages, and then I just cut them with my cutter. But I printed them. Well, this is what's good about your printer, is you can print them in different color. You don't have to use black and white. So, and see here, I did some blue, the exact same message, but it's blue and red, because I wanted to stay in the same color theme, and I made enough of these to follow with these. Okay, and then I made some just plain black, so if you don't have these scissors, which is kind of fun, because if you have these decorative scissors, like this right here, I have this set here, and it comes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. It comes with 20 different styles of scissors. These are the old school. But anyway, I like them because they're in a case, so they just roll up. So they're portable, but they're easy, even though they're just easy to store. I don't take them, I have to take up any space about having them on my table, my craft table. And then I just roll it up. And it has two little grommets, so I used to have it hang, but since I've grown so much in my craft room, I have no wall space whatsoever. But they used to hang from here, then I would just go to and get my scissors and go wherever I needed to get it. But now, and then also since I travel a lot more, because I'm going to so many crops now, I just roll this up, put it in a bag, and then I take it with me, and I always have my scissors with me. So that's what's kind of nice about that. Okay, or if you have a trimmer like I do, I have the Carl RT200, and go onto the website, and it's carl.com. They have all kinds of trimmers, and I like this particular model because I get all these blades. There's 3, 6, 7, 8 blades. Actually, there's more than that, 8, 9, 10. I have an extra straight blade, just because that's what I use more often, so I want to have it. But this one blade has lasted over 7 years in my one trimmer. This is only my second blade that I've had this, and I've had this machine well over 15 years. But anyway, so this comes with a score. It also perforates, and then it does your straight cutting, and then of course it does all these other decorative issues. But I just put it in a Ziploc baggie again. It's because I travel, and I take my trimmer with me sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I'm doing. And so, but I get to cut all these fancy cuts, which is how I cut all these other little die cuts here that I created. And let's get started. So, but because I did this one in purple, my new one's going to be in green. So, it's basically going to be the exact same thing. It's just going to be a different color. And I'm going to do green this time. And all I'm doing is I'm laying my card flat. Okay, and then I'm just going to line it up. You know, I'm going to do this a little bit different. I'm going to do it angle one. Because this is what's nice about this is when you're using your adhesive, double-sided adhesive, you're able to, and I'm going to cut it a little bit big because I want to make sure that it's snug with the edge of the card. Okay, and so I'm just going to be off just a little bit, but that's okay. And I'm only going to do 2 on that end and then 2 on this end. I'm going to line myself up just a little bit here. And then let me see how much room that I gave myself. I can eyeball this or you can measure it, but I'm okay. I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't need to be exactly precise. But if you wanted to, you could. Just measure it so that way you know where it is. Okay, so there's that. Then all you do is, try to get your Teflon scissors because this is double-sided adhesive and it will gum up your scissors. And then you got a mess you got to clean up, and I hate that. Then I'm just going to throw these other pieces away, put them right here in my little trash can. Trim this part off. And then trim this part off here. Those are sticky little things. Okay, now I'm going to get this is the iCraft Deco Foil. And it comes with 5 transfer sheets. They're 6.5 by 11. I haven't used this. Okay, this is hard to open. I struggled with the first one too. I guess because they're brand new. And I'm just going to take out 1 sheet. Hopefully I only get one, not more than one. Okay, I got the whole thing. Alrighty, I'm going to put this, be careful because this is very, very thin. And you don't want to put it around anything sharp because it will nick it. So I'm just going to move this over to the side here. Let me close that up. But what I want to do something different on this card that I did with the other one is, this is see the width of the double-sided adhesive? So now I'm going to get this side and I'm going to do this one right here on this edge. I just want a different look. That's all. I'm only going to do 1 on that edge and not 2. So let me angle that. Put my thing away. Don't need it anymore. Now I'm just going to trim off my excess. And what's good about this when you're using your Deco Foil and your double-sided adhesive is you can make this as anywhere you want to, and as big, as thick, or as wide as you want. That's what's really fun about this stuff. And then all I'm going to do is, where's my little pokey tool? Oh, there it is. I'm going to lift off our release paper. And I'm going to lift off over here. Always try to press it hard to make sure that it does go through and it sticks to the other side. I mean, you can pick this off with your fingernails, but since I got little nubs, I don't have nails. I use my little pokey tool here to help lift off the release paper. Okay, and I'm going to do this side here now. I know it's a little hard for you to see it on the camera. Okay, but I can definitely, it's really easy for me to see. So now, I'm just going to get my paper, and because I'm not using a whole lot, I'm just going to use some little corner pieces. And then use your finger and just rub around it. What you want to do is you want to lay the foil over the adhesive because the foil is going to stick to the adhesive. Okay, now let's pull this off and let's do a reveal. And there you go. But as you can see, look, I messed up. I missed a piece. So I'm going to get another little snippet. Because I didn't go to the edge. I messed up. I should have gone over a little bit more. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a little piece here. And I'm going to line this up as close as I can. Because I don't want to see that gap there. Okay. There we go. Trim off the excess. So this is a good way to fix your mistake. Now you could also do this with wet adhesive, because that'll work also. Let me get my pokey tool. Tear that piece off. Throw that piece away. And let me line this up. Because remember, still be very careful with this, okay? Because it will wrinkle really easily. But you get to continue to reuse this until there is no more left. And I'm off a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to fix that, and I'll show you toward the end how I'm going to fix it. We're going to put a rhinestone over it. Okay, so now let's get this one here. The angle so I can see where it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and just rub against it. There we go. See how easy that was? Now let's do this one here. What I like to do is when I've used the whole top layer, then I'll cut it down. Once I've used this, but you know, don't throw this away, because you can always use this for little added pieces whenever you mess up on something and you need to redo it again. Okay, so let's go on this one here. And you see that little groove right there? I'm probably not going to get any green foil on there, but let's just see. Yeah, no, see the adhesive is sticking to the plastic of the foil. So let me go back, and there should still be a little bit of adhesive there left. And it messed it up. It kind of buckled on me a little bit here. And I'm out, but you know what I'm going to do? Just a little dab of glue. Because I definitely don't want to have to redo this over again. But I don't want to mess it up. Again, this part will be a fix-up. Because, you know, stuff like this happens. You know, we're human. So don't sweat it. No big deal. I have to wait for that to dry because it's got to be dry. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little tip over here. I want this part right here. Get a little glue. I'm going to wait that to dry just for a minute. And while I'm waiting for it to dry, let me put this over to the side. And now I just now noticed something. See here how this is the angle pretty good? I missed my angle here. It's still the same as this one, but it's not the same as this one. You know, but that's okay. I'm alright with that. So now on my card front, I'm going to use this one that I die cut. And I also printed this off the printer, and I used my Printmaster Gold. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to line this up. Sticker here. But I want to get my little circle dots that I did here, because I'm going with the theme of the circles. So I am going to line this up. I've got some different sizes circles. There's my purple. Oh no, there's another pink one. Yep, here's another pink one. Let's do the pink one over here. I'm going to just do the purple one over here. And then let's do that one over there. And then that's going to be right here is my focal point. But I'm missing something right here. And this is where I'm going to put a little message. Because I'm using the Stamparatus, the Stampendous. Stamp set. This is called Happy Messages. It's from Stampendous. Okay, there's the information on it for any of those that want to see that or order this on yourself. But it says, happy birthday, hello, hi, hey, thank you, thinking of you, missing you, my friend. Hello, happy birthday. So, I'm going to put my message right down here. So, because let's see, what message am I going to use? Let's see, what, you know what, I want to put another circle right in here. There we go. Yeah, I like that. See how that you can overlap it? I mean, you pretty much can do exactly what you want. Okay, that's going to be my centerpiece. They're going to lay flat. And I'm going to put my message right here. So let's just say, hello, missing you, or my friend. Let's do my friend, because this is a little birthday party. Because on the inside the message is going to say happy birthday. You know what? Let's just do friend. Hi, friend. I'm going to do hi, friend. How's that? I'm going to do that. Okay. That's what we'll end up doing. So I'm going to do hi up here. And then I'm going to do friend down here. That's okay that I'm going to go over that little circle, but I'm okay with that. You know what, I'm going to do this right here instead. That's going to make it a lot nicer. And you notice I haven't glued anything down yet. But I like that. Hi, friend. Okay, that looks good. Let me get my stamping, my Stamparatus. Just for the simple fact is, I don't know how juicy that is going to be. Because I think I'm going to use a green, let me get I'm trying to move my foil over here out of the way because I don't want to damage it. Okay, so here's my stamping cleaner. I use that as a ledge for my stamping, my Stamparatus here. Okay, and this is going to be a quick little card. Won't take very long. So I'm going to line this up. Put my magnets in here to hold it in spot. I'm going to move this, but everything else is going to stay right where it's at. Okay, I like that placement right there. Ah, I just messed up. Let me put that right back to where it was. Let me get myself a little tool. I like to have something long so I can pull this open and leave that there. Okay, let me line that back up. Okay, that's good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay this one down, but I'm not going to do my other circles yet because I may want to move them around. I don't know yet. So let's lay this circle down here. Okay, we're going to leave those circles there. Line it back. Okay, see, I'm off just a little bit here. That's okay. So I'm just going to line this back up. Put this in the center here. And let me do my high. Make sure that I'm not too far away. I think I want that a little bit closer. Hi, friend. I like that. Okay. That's in there. Alrighty, so that works good. Oops, forgot my glue bottle. Just gonna get an old paper towel out of my trash can, clean up my mess. Oops, threw that away before I clean up my mess. Okay, now let's get, I have a little tower full of inks. These are my Stampin' Up inks. And let's get a different shade of green. Let's do this bright green one here. I like this one. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one here. It's called Green-Eyed Monster. You know what? I don't think that may not show up on that one. I don't think that's going to show up. This one's called... Oh, yeah, let's do this one. This is an old one. See how the old one? The old Stampin' Up! One? But this is called Garden Green. Ooh, it is old. Let's see how juicy it is. And the older styles, they don't move back like the new ones, the new stamps do. Okay, yeah, it's got a lot of life. It's got a lot of juice in it. I have a re-inker for this too, and I got this ink pad. I also got the re-inker with it too. Do yourself a favor. Always get yourself some, at least 2 or 3 of the re-inker bottles, especially if it's a color that you really enjoy. Let me get myself a wipey because I don't want to mess up this card and get extra ink in here. So let me wipe up this excess ink off my stamping tool. Press down it. I usually count to 10. And that's more than enough. Oh yeah, see, that turned out good. But you know what? I can go another layer on this one here. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to ink it up. That's the one good thing bad thing about when you use these old ink pads. They don't have the flexibility to move all the way back behind them like the newer models do. Okay, I don't have any residual ink there. I do right here though. Okay, and it's re-ink it. And because I'm using a stamping tool, I don't have to worry about moving anything because it's going to stamp right on top of where it was before. Okay, so now there we go. See how much more brighter that is? It really stands out a little bit more. I'm just going to use my little wipey here. But then I'm going to use my scrubber tool and I'll do a more thorough cleaning later after the video. So, there we go. See, didn't that turn out cute? So let me get my little circles out of here. I'll clean that up later. Let me... Okay. Now let's go back to lining these up to where they're at. I should have taken a picture of how they were lined up. Oh man. Oh well, it'll work. Let's do the pink one over here, and let's do this little green one right there. Yeah, let's go down on this one a little bit. Go down on this one just a little bit. Okay, now I actually like that totally separate. You can actually see the circles. Okay, that works out good. So now we just get the, I'm using, you can use your another double-sided adhesive, but I pretty like to work with my wet glue. That's just me. That's my personal preference. And line it close. I'm off a little bit. It's not going to hurt any. Because, you know, this one's already solid, so it's not going to go nowhere. And we will come back to show you where that little boo-boo there it's going to get fixed. And you see how this little circle's not all the way perfectly circled cut? Because I was learning how to use that circle scissor. But I'm not going to cut that because, you know, I know I'm putting something in front of it. So I'm not going to waste that paper cut, that die cut that I just created there. And always double check to see which side is better. Here's my little pencil mark. So that's my little imperfections. So I am going to go ahead and line this up right there. Okay, I like that side better than this side. Yep, that side's better. There's usually always one side that's just a little bit better than the other. Okay, and then line that up right there. And if you wanted to, you could always put like some lace or some trim around this and then lay this on here. But I think with the foil, that's got enough. I don't want to take away for the main focal point, which means it's fun and festive. And this is a quick, simple, easy way to make your birthday cards or any occasion card, because you can use any kind of message. This was just some clip art that I had and in my program. Okay, I'll be right back because I am, oh actually, you know what, I'm not going to do that because my glue has dried up by now. So let's go ahead and finish with the foil on the areas that I messed up a while ago, which is that one little spot right there. So I'm just going to get some and then rub it. And there we go, that fixed it on there. And then on this one right here, I fixed it. Okay, and then let's rub it right there. Because remember, when you're using wet glue, your glue has to dry a little bit because you want it a little bit tacky. Because you want the foil to stick to it. But you don't want wet glue. And there you go. So even though I have a little bit of imperfection, that's okay. That's fine. But there is the front of the card. Nice and simple and quick. I'm going to do the inside, and I'm going to make, you know what, I'm doing blue and purples and greens. Let's do, I'm not doing no blue. There's no red. And sorry about that, that was my alarm. So let's just do this one. Nice and black. And we'll put that in here in the center. Oop. I put my glue away. But I'm still not done. We're still gonna do some little embellishments, but I'm gonna get some little pearl dots. I'm not gonna create my own with my Navus. I'm just gonna use what's already in my stash. Okay, so let's line this up. Okay, let me bring you back because let me go get my little pearls and I'll bring you right back. Okay, I'm back. Got some of these little beads that were in my stash. So now I'm going to put my little dots. I'm not going to, you know what, I decided I'm just going to leave this just the way they are. You know, they're imperfections. I'm okay with that. Not a big deal because it's not that overly noticeable. But I'm going to, bear with me, I have to do it so I can see. I'm going to put a little blue right here. I like to do sequences of 3 because everybody says that's the way you do it. Oh, I forgot my little tweezers. So I can... Oh, there they are. Duh. I like my reversible tweezers. And then lay it down on the glue. Put it down just a tad. Ooh, do you hear that thunderstorm? It's starting to storm here. The weatherman didn't say it was going to be storming, but it is. And what's nice about it when you're doing with wet glue is you have time to maneuver it, to move things around. Because you definitely want some space in between all the little beads. You don't want them really close together, unless you want that look. But see how that, you got a little bit of space room. This one, not so much. So I'm going to move this just a tad closer to offset and look like that one. There we go. Close up my glue. The card is now finished. See, that didn't really take very long at all. Yeah, I did pre-cut the circles because I was, you know, I did them for another project. And if you're doing some anyway, oh, and look at that. See, there's a little imperfection. If you can. And actually, I can. I'm going to be able to pick that up with my little tweezers. And I'll pick it up. And then now with my, these are my extra fine tip point scissors. Cut that off. And you can go ahead and I've got the sparkle pens. Okay, now that's great. It's kind of like the Wink of Stella, but I have my what are these called? Spectrum Norm from Crafter's Companion. And you can do the glitter and then put it over here to have a little color. But you know what? I don't really want a little color because I think the foil is more than enough shine and shimmer. And I do have my little beads right here, you know, and they'll be all nice and shiny. And the inside is plain and simple. Then you can write your little message. You know, you can always color this here also. But I don't want to do it too much because this is going to go in the mail. So I want it to be as flat as possible. They're going to be a little bit of indentation anyway because of the beads. But once they're totally dry, you're set and you're good to go. And that is my take on creating a quick and simple card with limited items that you may or may not have in your stash. But, you know, get yourself some different colors of the Deco Foil. Because all it takes is a wet adhesive or double-sided adhesive to use it. There also has some kind that's made for embossing or some that you can use with the laminator. I have some of that too, but I haven't learned how to use it yet, so I don't know how. And that's going to be a future video. And then whatever stamps, but you know what? You can print all this off your printer. Just go to Google, do clip art, you know, look at different things you want to print. And if you don't have a color printer, that's okay. Print it in black and white, but do it where it's like a coloring book, where you color it. And watch my other video. I'll put a link to that one that I did the other day about, you know, the little balloons. They were in black and white, and I used my pencils. You could use pencils or markers, whatever it is that you have to color it up. Which I could have done the same thing with this one, or I could have done the same thing with the little parrot, you know. And this is just from the exact same stamp set. So this is one stamp set. And there's all kinds of ways you can use all these letterings and stuff and make some kind of things. I didn't do it really light, dark ink like I did here. I did this one because I didn't want to really take away from everything. This is my focal point, was the parrot with the cake. You know, that was my main focal point on this particular card. And then that was my message. Oh, here's where I did it. I did do that. See here? It's the same thing. I just inked it over with purple. And this is what I use my Stampin' Up! Pads. This is what I was telling you. The newer ones now, they come in folds, so they fold flat. Well, the older ones, the older models like this, they didn't open up because you usually basically just put your stamp on here and that was it. But nowadays, there's so much we can do with them. We don't do that. Then I just sponged it with my little finger sponger dopper to cover the whole thing purple. Then I went over it. Hopefully you can see that. It's a black shimmer pen from Spectrum Norm. You can see the shimmer of the black. Hopefully you can see that. I'll move it a little slow here so you can see that. Hopefully you can damn that. And then, you know, you're done. You know, nice and quick and simple. It's still cute. It's attractive. It's a cute card. I would love to have one of these. I would like to receive one. You know, and here is what I'm going to show you is I inked it with my finger sponger. You know, I just dabbed it all the way around. You know, and this one I'm not doing because this one's pretty busy. It's already colorful. It's already busy. That's enough. So I'm good to go. You know, you can always turn these into balloons. You can draw some string with some black Sharpie or ink pen and put some little strings. But, you know, I didn't want to do that. You know, I'm just going by doing the old generic basic forms. You can do a punch. You can do freehand cut, circles, squares, do some die cuts if that's what you have. There's all kinds of things that you can use to create your own background. So thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Take care now. Bye-bye.